What up, y'all? It's your boy Scott here. And make sure you click on that subscribe button right there so you don't miss out on one episode if I'm not going to hold you. And while you're there, cut on those notifications as well, drop a comment, and join in the discourse. I'm not going to hold you. You said that you saw Lou Will's podcast about some of the best players in Atlanta. Tell us about that.
So I watched a clip of Lou Will basically saying that him and Maya Moore were the best players to come out of Atlanta. I just want to say first before we start, Lou Will, you were not the best male player ever to come out. Told you that. I know you a king out there. I know you the king of the strip club wings. I know you the man, two girlfriend man. I get it. But come on, Walt Clyde Frazier. Damn, it was somebody else I had. And
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard. Come on, dog. Like,
Dwight is
not
from
better than them niggas, bro. However, Maya Moore is better than both of them niggas, probably. So, saying all that to say, who do you all think are the best female and male basketball players to come out of Chicago?
God damn.
Okay, I got a question for you. Does this person have to be strictly from Chicago or the Chicagoland area or actually from the city?
See, and this is why I think if we're gonna be real Chicagoans about this, they gotta come from Chicago. Now, when I say that, I feel like we can take D Wade.
Yeah, he was on 59th and Prairie though.
Can we?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say Candace, but since she was in Naperville, and I'm glad. You know what? I respect Candace. I don't know if y'all saw her 30 for 30. She said, "I'm from the Chicagoland area."
Yes,
I saw
glad she clarified that.
She said, "I used to go up there and hoop too." She did say she used to go up there and hoop and shit in the
For me, best Chicago player. Male, I think it's got to be Isaiah Thomas. I kind of want to say D-Wade, but I'm going to say Isaiah Thomas. I'm going to say Zeke. And then female, I'm going to have to go Cappy. I'm going to have to go Cappy Pondexter for them two. That's who I would go.
Yeah, because, I mean, with women, you could really, it's Cappy or, Yolanda Griffin, I'm sorry. That's JaVale McGee. No, it's JaVale McGee mama. Pamela McGee. She's a gold medalist. She's a champion. She's probably
she went to USC, right?
Woman. Yeah, she went to SC. Cappy up there, but I think she's done it on every level. So it'd probably be JaVale McGee mama as the best female hooper from Chicago. And male, when you put it to strictly city limits, it does change the conversation because you got a lot of mugs from around the area. But I would say I'm gonna go Zeke. I would go Zeke.
I'll say this: Zeke is the best, but I've never seen a phenomenon. Like, granted, because he's my age, like Derrick Rose. Like Larry Dante, we were all in high school when that nigga was in. When he would come to Curie and bust our ass, it was like a man. I was at that fucking Oak Hill game that Dickie V was calling, nigga, at the UIC Pavilion. Nigga, I remember that shit. That was an era, bro.
Yeah, because I'm about to say, because that's when I was at the Wood. Well, I went to the Wood, so we was good at basketball. I think we went downstate either 2 out of my 4 years or 3 out of my 4 years. But we would skip our games to go watch D Rose. Like, it was like, who we playing? No, fuck that. It don't matter. We going to Simeon game.
Yeah, Zeke could be my pick for the males. Not just because he's from the West Side and everything, but
West Side is lower than Zeke. My mama don't let me say nothing bad about Zeke.
Yeah, he is a king still out there. Even though they lost Mike, Zeke don't play about
Zeke. My cousin ended up on Zeke's Instagram page, and I called him like, "Yo, you knew Isaiah Thomas growing up?" He was like, "Man, do I?" I was like, "Yo, why you ain't never tell me this shit?" Like, I was really legit upset. Like, why you never knew? Why you never told me you and Isaiah Thomas was friends? Like, growing up, like, you a liar. Like, I felt like he lied to me all his life. But women, man, the two names that come up to me is Yolanda Griffith and Cappy Pondexter. But I think I'll go with Cappy because the longevity in her career, even though it came at a different time. And she was smaller. She was a guard and everything. Yolanda was out here beasting folks and stuff like that. And then plus Marshall, like, man, like, yo, like you if you was a woman coming out of that program, you was gonna come out there knowing how to play ball. So I think I'll pick Cappy for the ladies, and Zeke. Yeah, Zeke for the fellas. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give you my 2, and since everybody picked Zeke for the 1, I'm gonna have to go with D Wade. Like you said, honorable mention is gonna be D Rose. He's definitely if he never got hurt and was able to continue what he was doing. Like, he won an MVP and he wasn't even in his prime. He was number one team in the league with some of the worst, like, and they was some good players, but the team put together made them good. But those guys individually needed that team. I think he had a better team his rookie year when we had Kirk and Ben Gordon, and we just had to figure that shit out. But anyway, I'm saying D-Wade is my one. And the reason I'm gonna take him over Zeke, let me just say, is because I feel like D-Wade was the better player on the Heat during those times in the championship. It takes a lot for a guy to win a championship for a franchise that just started probably 15 years before he got there. He wins a championship for them, then hands the keys over to somebody else, and he was still good, and he was still in his prime. And I think it take a lot for that, especially when they, you know how the shit went, the 2011 shit. He was the best player. It didn't work out because everybody else didn't come to play. He had to get in LeBron's face and tell the man, look, nigga, this your team now, whatever. And I think that takes a lot of pride. We all have our thing that we feel like we the D-Wade of. This is our shit. You know, I'm sure you feel like that about Barber's Chair. So I know if somebody came in, if the LeBron James of sports media came in to sign with you, and it's gonna take a lot for you to take that back seat. But it's for the better brand. And I feel like even without that shit, D-Wade, like, I'm mad. I don't think we ever got D-Wade versus LeBron.
We didn't.
In the playoffs.
No.
We didn't.
I don't think we ever got that. But
we did.
To be able to do that type of stuff definitely puts him up there. I mean, Zeke is, I was gonna say Zeke if everybody else was gonna say something else, because Zeke is that, you know, we don't talk about him enough. And the women's easily Cappy for me. There's no question about it. If it was a Chicagoland area thing, I think we all would agree that Candace Parker she's the best to come out of Illinois, female-wise. Best to come out of Illinois basketball-wise, it's still gonna be D-Wade or Isaiah Thomas. It doesn't make a difference.
But before y'all move on, like, I look at people like Mark Aguirre.
King.
Like, we don't talk, like, there's players like Mark Aguirre, Terry Cummins, for some of the issues that they had in life. Like, I remember Prosser, because I went to Prosser. I remember when Leon Smith and King and them, like, played them in the playoffs, and like, they kicked our ass. And like, that whole entire team, like, really, like, worked us. Like Amari Sawyer, like, players like that. Even at Prosser, like Marquis Perry. Like, there's so many players out of the crib that they didn't make it, or they played overseas for years and all of that stuff. But like, Cliff Alexander's another one. Like, Cliff came out of school a goddamn beast.
He was cold.
Like a beast and a half, and it just didn't work, you know, in the NBA. Like, like, it's so many players around the crib that if you're just talking about high school and what they did at the crib, like, there's so many iconic players that are living off their high school lore in the crib better than some NBA players are.
I just want to say, to your point, if you took away the NBA part of people's legacy, D-Wade is not in this conversation we having right now.
Right.
Bingo.
And Isaiah Thomas, Zeke said the same. He said, really, when we think about Chicago Hoopers, we think about high school. You know what I'm saying? We think about what high school you went to. And that's also why we use that kind of like a G-check. Like, what high school you went to? Like, that's all you know. But exactly. That's really what it comes down to.
Rodney Fields, killer. I mean, we had, what was the dude? I forgot his name. I'm not gonna get into the thought process, like thinking of all of
Michael Finley from the area. Shit.
Patrick Beverly, murderer. Like, people talk about him like he's nothing. He averaged 37 in high school. Y'all need to stop.
Pat was a killer.
John Collins,
Juwan Howard,
Howard. Come on, Tim Hardaway.
Yeah, can't forget about Tim. Chicago got some niggas, man. Like,
and that's the crazy thing. Because you said Michael Finley.
New York, man. I don't even care.
And you said, because you said Michael Finley. Like, that Proviso East team in the early 90s? Holy shit.
That paper on this player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna